Hello, my name is Eric Kilburn. I am the assistant principal at Sioux City West High School, for those of you who don't remember. And I want to talk to you today about sensory rooms or resource rooms. First, before I begin talking, I want to let you know that it's kind of a PowerPoint. It's a PowerPoint put into Camtasia Studio, which is basically a video recording of my computer. And I do want to tell you that if I go too fast or you want more information on anything that I'm talking about, you can simply pause, rewind, fast forward, whatever you want to do in order to get that information. When I put it into our Sakai, you can also comment on anything that you have questions on. So let's go ahead and get started. Basically, let me define what a sensory room is first of all. A sensory room is a therapeutic technique that can be used for both children and adults with sensory processing disorders, from mild, what we call level 1, all the way to severe, in other words, level 3 or profound students. A sensory room is a specific room that contains specific sensory equipment and activities, depending on whether it's set up for an individual or group to benefit specific sensory processing difficulties. Some examples of what you might see in a sensory room is pillows, mattresses, music, beanbags, mini trampolines, stuffed animals, koosh balls, light-up toys, black lights, fuzzy rugs, exercise mats, wind chimes, rocking chairs, scented items, light brights, what you see in the screen, disco balls, radios, projected images, some of these fiber optic cables, lights that have bubbles in them with water, etc., etc. When you set these rooms up, you have to keep in mind your audience. These rooms don't work for everyone, and matter of fact, they can actually wind up some kids and really calm down others. So they have a specific audience in mind. My goal is to try to set one up that's broad enough to cover more of a majority than what we currently are. So let's go ahead and get started. Once again, I chose resource rooms or sensory rooms because of the current situation here at West High School. We have our level 3 room, or our severe and profound room, is called the Oasis, and what you're seeing is our current setup. Now keep in mind that a lot of the desks and stuff are jumbled and all over the place because it is summertime, but you'll see kind of what we have available to our level 3 students is not that great. There's not a lot of resources available to them. A few desks, a lot of storage space, one computer, fridge at the back for medications, a TV, a DVD player, a sink, along with some cupboard space and the desks for the paraeducators. They do have available to them their own bathrooms for male and female right in the room, which is kind of a nice plus, but it falls short of what I would call proficient for what I would like to see our level 3 students have. And matter of fact, level 2 and level 1 students, and even the general education students at some point. So what I want to show you are some pictures, some different examples of some of these sensory rooms, and then also different examples of what they're called. This type of room here is very highly sensory room. This is for students that are autistic, students that would generally have a tough time with touch. If another human touched them, they'd feel like it was a pinprick, for example, or my voice talking to you right now might feel like screaming to some of these students. So this type of sensory room could benefit them in a way that calms them down, that lets them get back to normal for themselves. Another type of room, another way to call this, I guess, would be a calming or a safe room. These calming or safe rooms are geared towards behavior disorder students or students that simply need a space to relax and calm down while a situation or their chemicals kind of burn out of their system. They have something to touch, they have something to look at, they have something to calm while they relax. And then the last type of room is a highly specialized, highly researched, called Snozzle-In room. This is very specific to sensory perception. This is where you're going to find different smells, different sights, different sounds, different even tastes at some point. They have different tastes in there, things you can taste. Snozzle-In rooms are probably the most research out of the 4 types of rooms, and they're very specific. So even though they're the most researched, they're the ones that I'll probably stay away from because they are so specific to severely autistic children. The picture you see behind your 4 categories is more of what I'm looking towards implementing here at West High School, where you've got more of a sensory room or a calming room environment that's geared towards a broader range of students. Another reason why I chose the sensory room for West High School was because we have a preschool housed right in our and you'll see through the pictures that even though it is summer and the stuff is kind of jumbled up, very plain Jane. It's very rectangular. See no lights, no windows, no sensory type objects besides a few toys like ovens and chairs with tennis balls on them, cupboards. But there's really no place for the student to go to experience extra sensory type feelings. No place to go calm down if I have a student that has a tantrum. That would kind of push them away from the other students so that it doesn't wind up the entire preschool class. So I think not only could our level 3 students benefit from this type of sensory room, but all of our students, our high school students as well as our preschool students, could all benefit from this type of room. On top of the sensory type room, as you're looking at my resources right now, I wanted to also kind of include a little bit about technology. I had the opportunity to interview Mike Kilburn, who's the Assistive Technology Specialist for the Area Education Agency. His position is grant funded and he assists with technology. So let me read a little bit about him and how I would incorporate that into our sensory room. Each special education teacher in our district has an iPad, or some have more than one, projector, document camera, a Mobi device, which is basically like a wireless mouse, access to several types of assistive technology software in the form of applications for the iPad, and a few teachers with smartboards. Smartboards are electronic boards. Some of you guys probably have worked with these. We also have Alpha Smarts, which is an assistive technology, scanners, headsets, microphones to address specific needs. Student that is wheelchair bound and maybe has cerebral palsy or some type of growing disorder may need a microphone to speak to a software in their computer in order to get their point across. Some students have their own personal computer, laptop or iPad, and they are significant or special circumstances. I mentioned earlier about the microphones. The proper protocol and paperwork has to be followed, as you already know. His position, Mr. Kilburn's position, is to prepare, deliver, fix, and teach how to use, coach teachers on the uses of technology. He can also sit in on IEP meetings to whenever his expertise is needed. And we have the ability to order, test new technologies not currently being used. So this is a resource that I will use when I implement this type of sensory room, because not only do I want senses in there, but I do want adaptive technologies in there as well. So hopefully that will help. So as you can see, as you're looking through my resources, there's a lot of research on the Snoslin rooms, some research on behavior and or maladaptive behaviors. Feel free to look these up. I found most of these online in journal articles and or book snippets. But if you have any questions, please let me know, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.